Well, the age of female athletics may be coming to an end. A new age is upon us, the age of the transgender athlete. Rachel McKinnon, a biological male, has just become the first transgender person to win a world title in cycling. On Sunday, McKinnon won the women's 35-44 sprint at the World Championships in Los Angeles. The third-place finisher in that race has publicly complained that the result was unfair. McKinnon replied by denouncing this person for transphobia, which is almost always the way it goes. Don't respond on the merits, attack the motives. Amy Peikoff is a feminist, a talk show host, and blogs at don'tletitgo.com, and she joins us tonight. Amy, thanks a lot for coming on.
Hi, thanks for having me on. It's good to be here.
Oh, well, I just want to get your take on this. So, look, women's athletics exists in a separate category for a biological reason, because women on average, not all, but on average, are differently built.
Yes.
And so this seems like a huge challenge to the idea of women's athletics, and yet none of the people whose job it is to defend women, they tell us, are saying anything about it. Why is that?
I don't know why it is, because I believe that it's a wonderful thing that most of our societies today allow for women to compete in athletics, because it gives you, the thrill of competition, a great sense of accomplishment, plus all the benefits of exercise and everything else. And this enterprise depends on segregating women for what it is. Why? Because women are on average less strong than men are, right? We have less muscle mass. And so there really is an issue here, and I'll get into the science a little if you give me a chance. But one thing I want to say overall is Professor McKinnon, I disagree with her about what a right to compete is. I don't understand it the way that she does. A right to compete does not entail the right to have an organization host a competition that is willing to accept you as a competitor. If those exist out there, it's great. And as I said, I'm very happy that we do have women's competition.
But what would happen to the WNBA if men describe themselves, biological men, and I don't want to get into the debate. I mean, call yourself whatever you want, but biology's real, and if biological men compete, then that disenfranchises the women who make real salaries.
Yeah, I'm going to call them transgender females because in general I'm supportive of transgenders, and I've got quite a bit of education about it from a great blogger. He goes by HD. He has a blog called Hormones Demystified, and he first of all, told me that this is a real condition, but he also pointed me to some research. And Tucker, there's very little research that is quantitative in terms of the amount of muscle mass that transgender females retain even after going through
well, but wouldn't you want to do, I think the essence of what you just said is there's very little research. We don't know.
Right, and there is one study, and the one study that does exist shows that transgender females retain more muscle mass than biological females who haven't gone through any hormone treatment.
Of course they do, but why wouldn't the people in charge of protecting women from unfair competition be standing up and saying, I'm sorry, my job is to protect women? Where are the protectors?
I think because so many of them are liberal-minded, and they have in mind this overall right to compete again. The idea that everybody who wants to compete has a right to be allowed to participate in a competition of their choice,
But the rights of everyone else also, I would say, play a role, but not in this case. Amy, thank you for that smart explanation of it. I appreciate it. We have more on Saudi Arabia's admission that they did, in fact, kill Jamal Khashoggi. It's the biggest story in the world. Why is that exactly? Plus, it's been 2 years. Rosie O'Donnell still has not recovered from the election. Say a prayer for her. We'll show you her meltdown just ahead.